Yeah.
Alright, here we go. So today we're going to talk about grinding. And first thing you want to do when you get up to your grinding machine, you want to make sure that your axes are loose. You have an X-axis lock over here that prevents your table from moving. That should be in the lock position. Make sure you unlock it. Your Z handle is going to be over here on the right hand side. Clockwise will move your axis up ever so slightly. First thing you want to make sure is your chuck is clean. These are magnetic chucks, so any dirt, any grime, anything like that in between your part and your chuck will not allow your part to grip it fully, and it could fly off the part, fly off the chuck. So I take a little bit of WD-40 and a shop rag, and that ensures that I have a clean chuck. Likewise, I want to make sure my part is clean, and I want to make sure that my wheel is dressed. Dressing a wheel is basically opening up the bottom surface of the wheel so that it has fresh, open pores to cut metal with. Over time, operating your machine, what can happen is these pores down here at the bottom of the wheel can get clogged, and it no longer cuts the part, it rubs the part, and that's no good. So you want to get your wheel down pretty close to the part. If you notice, I'm down level with my wheel so that I can see when it comes in contact with it. And I want to be just above it. I don't want to touch it, I just want to be just above it. Additionally, this table still slides. We don't want that to happen because if it slides towards the middle, it could touch my wheel and that can cause a big problem. So now, I'm going to make sure that I lock my axis, my X-axis pretty tightly so that cannot happen. I can turn on my wheel now. Make sure my emergency's up. Turn on my wheel. This does spin pretty fast. When I go down to touch my wheel to dress it, notice again I'm down level with my part so I can see what's going on. Additionally, I want to listen. I just heard it just barely touch my part, and that's what I want to listen for. Right now I'm at 0.4 on my wheel. I'm going to bring it down to 0.5. Take another pass. Do the same thing again. And so the number of passes you'll have to take depends on how your wheel looks and what condition it is in when you approach the machine. What should happen is you should see nothing but the fresh pink color of the wheel. If you see any dark, gray, any of that discoloring, that means that there's still some metal that needs to get removed from the wheel. There we go, that's good. Once you have the wheel started, you really don't want to shut it off. So even though I just dressed the wheel and I'm about to chuck up my part, I'm going to leave my wheel spinning. There is a reason for that. We want to make sure that the wheel spins true to the table. And every time you start it up, it kind of doesn't stay true. The axis change a little bit. So what I do is I lock my table in the position. I bring my wheel back as far back as possible, and my table to the right as far as possible. And now my wheel is dressed, and it's spinning, and I'm ready to grind my part. Alright, this is the NIMS drill press part. What we're going to do is take one of these two sides to grind it. These are nice, large, flat surfaces, so this should be easy to grind. Just a quick note about magnetic chucks. Okay, they only work on things that are magnetic. If it's aluminum, it's not magnetic, it will not work. Additionally, surfaces like this that don't have a lot of surface area, it's easier to break that magnetism. Okay, and that can cause that part to knock over or fly off the chuck. So large, flat surfaces are your best friend for those applications. I also notice my part isn't exactly square. It starts out with small passes, it grows in the middle, and it goes back down again. So it's not square to the lines, and that actually is for a reason. Alright, so now I'm ready to cut my part. The hardest part about cutting your part is the first touch, touching off your part. Again, you have to get down level with your part so you can see what's going on, and you have to take baby steps with your cutter. I only want to be over the corner, and I kind of want to bounce back and forth, and just look for the high spot. I take very, very small movements with my Z-axis until I just nick the part. So right there, I heard it, I just nicked my part. At this point, you want to turn on a little bit of coolant. Coolant in your water tank will help keep your metal part cool Also helps lubricate the cut, gives you a better finish. The basic process is left-right. You can go fast with this hand. This hand has to be a metered amount. So for example, I'm going a quarter of the turn of the wheel. And that's it.